Like, we can't judge a team by preseason. We cannot judge a team by preseason at all. And I mean this. We cannot judge a team by preseason. Like, for me, it makes absolutely no... Like, there's no point talking about it. Because, did we not see what happened last night? Did we not see what happened? We watched the New York Liberty almost lose to the Toyota Antelopes. The Toyota Antelopes, I'm not joking, till the fourth quarter, this was a ball game. The Toyota Antelopes were within 2 in the first quarter. Within 2 in the first quarter. Or say in the second quarter. Within 2 in the first, and right before halftime, it was like a 2-point game. This is the New York Liberty. And by the way, Stewie played. Niara played. Sabrina played. Who were they missing? They're missing Leonie Fiebich, who is not with the team yet. That is the only player they were missing. Maureen Johannes played. Maureen Johannes with 10 points on 8 shots, the usual. Like, she played pretty well. Kenny Burke was there. Rebecca Gardner was there. Like, Lainey Hamilton's probably going to get her contract suspended. And Sabrina Ionescu played 25 minutes because she was back in Oregon. And they still struggled against the Toyota Antelopes. The Toyota Antelopes, like, this is a team who could not dribble past the halfway line against the Wings. They could not dribble past the halfway line against the Dallas Wings. And the New York Liberty, the number 1 in everyone's power rankings except mine, are nearly lost to them. And this is why you can't put too much stock in preseason. The Atlanta Dream played that preseason. The Washington Mystics played them in preseason. The Washington Mystics played that game like it was game 5 of the finals. We saw it, the intensity. They were trying to, like, we saw how many of them go at Sophie Cunningham. Like, they genuinely, they did everything they could. They did everything they could to win that game. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, they were, like, trying to beat the Fever, and they didn't. The Fever playing at 25% speed until Sophie Cunningham got suplex, and then they came back in the game, down 18. They, like, the Atlanta Dream, other than Brittany Griner playing, they played hard. They showed 8 different coverages of Caitlin Clark. They threw 4 different players on her, and Caitlin Clark was, like, playing at 60% speed. So, like, it makes a difference. Like, preseason doesn't make any difference, especially the Fever, who didn't look great in preseason, even though they're 3-0. But you still can't say they don't look like a championship team based on preseason, because they deliberately look like the worst team in the WNBA. The Liberty lost to the Sun. The Liberty lost to the literal Sun. The Connecticut Sun they lost to. And they lost to the Toyota Antelopes. No, sorry, not lost to. Jesus. They struggled against the Toyota Antelopes. But, like, Jonquel Jones was just chilling. She was chilling. She was like, I can run faster than Jonquel Jones ran last night. She was just chilling. She did not care. She didn't care. Sabrina was there trying to get hers because she was back in Oregon. The whole team was trying to get Sabrina hers. Tash Cloud, I didn't even, like, I genuinely, I'm not joking, I watched the game. Like, I watched the game back on double speed because I just didn't want to sit through it. I watched the playback on double speed, and I literally was like, who is that playing? Who's that? Who's that? And I was like, oh my God, that's supposed to be Tash Cloud. She is just gone. She just went through the motions yesterday. She went through the motions. Izzy Harrison barely played. Stewie could have scored every time she touched the ball. She chose not to. And, like, a lot of people are like, oh, they struggled. Like, yeah, but they treated it like it's preseason. The Dallas Wings full court trapped the Toyota Antelopes and then started doing belt to ass, like, doing the, like, thing. Doing, like, the belt to ass motions when they beat down on the Toyota Antelopes. The Liberty just chilled. They were just chilling. They were absolutely chilling. Like, they held back. And if you look at the teams that held back in preseason, the Minnesota Lynx did not hold back in the second game against the Sky. They held back in the first game against the Sky. They did not hold back in game 2. This was like a regular season game. This was a de facto regular season game. The Washington, or the Atlanta Dream, blitzed the Mystics early and then held back. The Fever held back both games. The Sun did not hold back at all. They're just not very good. The Storm, whoever was the Storm played, that I don't even remember that game. It was the Sun, I think. The Storm actually kind of killed the Sun. And you had like the Valkyries who went for all their games, whereas the Mercury held back. The Valkyries went for it because they were trying hard. The Sparks were chilling. Like, preseason does not matter in any way. Like, in the last two WNBA preseason games the Liberty have played that were against WNBA teams, was the Liberty lost to the Chicago Sky by 4-0, and not only that, they then lost to the Connecticut Sun. The Sun. The Connecticut Sun. So, yeah, I would be, like, people in the comment section like, Stewie looked great. Stewie could have scored every time she touched the ball. Stewie could have scored every time she touched the ball. If Jonquil wanted it, she could have scored every time she touched the ball. Sabrina killed it, to be expected. Just like Caitlin Clark back in Iowa, she put on a show. She put on a show back in Oregon. And, like, who cares? Who cares? Like, the Liberty look absolutely shocking. But it doesn't matter. It does not matter. And we will see. We will see on Saturday. Because Saturday is big. Saturday's big. I don't care what anyone says. Like, we are going to be looking at the games on Saturday. We're going to be looking at the Aces playing against the Liberty and the Sky playing against the Fever. That is where we see. The Chicago Sky have gone out hard in every preseason game. Other than the Brazil game. They just chilled. They just chilled against Brazil. But they went hard against the Lynx both games. The Aces killed the Dallas Wings and chilled against the Mercury. Like, it is... We're now looking on Saturday at two big games. And we will see early. We will see what the Dream are. I think the Dream are going to blitz them. We'll see what the Dallas Wings are about. I think the Dallas Wings get absolutely pummeled by the Minnesota Lynx. The Valkyries and Sparks is going to be a fun game. But just because the Liberty have looked horrendously awful in preseason does not mean they're not either the best or second best team in the WNBA. And I think if you're not going to bet on them to be one of the top two seeds, especially with the addition of a Maureen Johannes, and at worst, a lateral move. At worst, between Benijah Laney Hamilton and Tash Cloud is a lateral move. And they clearly got a little bit better, and Niara's improved. And to be fair, I think the Lynx got quite a bit better, which is why I have them at number one. But still, like, a really, really, really good team has just been not arsed in preseason. Let's be honest. They weren't really trying.